Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. So in today's this is the second part of our WRF lecture series, in which we will be learning how to install the external libraries for the WRF modeling system, which would be necessary for processing the input and output data which are suitable for the WRF architecture. So in the last video, we have looked at how to set up the system environment, basic system environment, so that the system will become capable for installing the various packages and libraries from their source code. So in the process of installing WRF, we will be trying to install a lot of software from the source code. That's why we need to set up the environment of our system suitable for the source code, suitable for the installation of various software from the source code. So as we discussed in our initial flowchart, so here we have the Ubuntu operating system, then we have set up the environment in which we have installed build essential, GCC, this is the C compiler, Gfortran, which is the Fortran compiler, and CSH, which is the C cell, and bash shell, and the CPP and M4. So these were the essential tools required for the system environment setup. After that, we had performed few checks for their installation and their compatibility, and we found that all the 7 tests were successful, and our system is ready for the installation of external libraries. So in this state, so now we are in this state where we have to download and install the libraries which are external for the WRF system, because they are required for the compilation of input data into certain format which WRF can accept easily, and also they are also necessary for parallel computing and also creating the data format which you want. So you can, if you want the GRIF format, the data output data in GRIF format, you can you will be able to do using these libraries. If these libraries are installed in your system, you would be able to do that. Now we have to perform the compatibility test of these libraries. Once we have done with this, we can install the WRF and WPS. So in today's video, we will be looking at downloading and installing these libraries. So this step, and perhaps if time permits, we will also do the compatibility test. Now, so how should we proceed? So first of all, we need to download these libraries from the website. So there are two ways. Either you can go to WRF website and can download from there directly, or if you do not want to go there, you can just use these wget command following by the URL of that software. So this is, we have to install the 5 software, which is the mpitch, netcdf, jasper, libpng, and zlib. So these are the 5 libraries. So netcdf, which is the network common data form, a set of software libraries and machine independent data format for the array oriented scientific data. Second one is the mpitch or OpenMPI, which is the implementations of the message passing interface standard used for the parallel processing. And the Jasper is used for the handling certain JPEG 2000 data format, which is necessary for certain data format used in WRF, such as grep2. And the libpng and zlib are also handling for PNG images, compression libraries, and certain data formats such as grep2. So once these 5 external libraries has been installed on the system, then we are ready to go for the testing. So first, let's download using these commands, and then we will start installing the first, that is the netcdf libraries. So first, before installation of this, we have to make sure that these different paths or lines has been added in your basrc file. So open sudo using the sudo nano dot basrc. So this command will open your basrc file, and in that file you just need to add these commands at the end, and make sure that the directory here is the directory of your library folder. Make sure that it is correct. Okay, so this has to be correct. So from here to here, it has to be part of your libraries. Okay, please do not make mistake here. And then you have to just exactly you have to paste all these commands on your basrc file. So these environment variables are actually critical for ensuring that the libraries are compiled using the same compilers as WRF and WPS. So if you make mistake, for instance, if you compile these netcdf mpage with different compiler and you attempt to compile WRF with different compiler, it won't work. It will create a lot of errors and conflict between libraries. So do not do this. Now what we have to do, once you have actually downloaded or and added these paths in your basrc, then you need to source it. So use source and the same command, just paste it, it will do the job. Then you have to unpack the netcdf file using the tar zxvf and following this netcdf 4.13.tar dot zg. So once you do this, it will untar it and it will create a folder netcdf 4.1.3 in your directory. So this ensures the environmental variables are active and unpacks the netcdf for the installation. So once it is done, you need to go to the netcdf folder. So after unpacking, you will have this folder and just go to this folder. Once you are inside that folder, use this command to configure the netcdf. Make sure that you should not put the arrow. This is just for in PDF, but and when you type, you should not put this arrow here. You should simply use this command following by this command here only in one line. So, and then once the configuration has been completed, then you can use the make command and then following this, the make install. So this configures and installs the netcdf library with the specific options. Now, once it is done, what we have to do, we have to again open the basrc file, then add these two lines, okay, at the end of file. So this ensures that the environmental variable knows where the netcdf file has been installed, so that whenever you run the WRF will know that where should be find the netcdf files, and then source the basrc. So this updates the basrc file to include the netcdf path and then sources it to update the current session environment. Now what we have to do, now we have to install the now what we have to do, we have to configure the mpage library. So go to the library and untar the mpage using this command. Go to cd mpage, then configure using this command. Once configuration has been done, then use make and then execute make and then make install. Once it is done, then open the basrc file and add these line in your end of the basrc file, and then again source it so that the system will know where the mpage library has been installed. So install this. So what it does, so this procedure on this page, install the mpage for parallel processing capabilities, update the path in the basrc. So one more important point here I would like to mention is sometimes the mpage version may not be compatible with the system environment. So if you are using the latest Ubuntu version and other latest compilers, perhaps sometimes it may cause problems. It may not be able to recognize that mpage version. So there may be some syntax problem or or other things. So you need to try with different versions. So use different versions until you are able to configure it successfully. So perhaps sometimes it takes the trial and error method to find out the best way possible in such situations. So hopefully, if it works with your Ubuntu version, then it's perfectly fine, no problem. If it doesn't work, then please try with different versions of MPage. You can find different version on the official website of MPage. So why we are installing the MPage, as I discussed earlier. So installing MPH ensures that our system is capable to execute parallel processing tasks. Now what we have to do, we have to install the zlib. Again, it is very simple. Go to again the library path where you have downloaded these softwares, untar them, go to the zlib path, and then configure it. Okay, make install. So make sure that when you do the CD, zlib 1.2.7, so this version is in my system. Okay, so when you download, if you are following exactly the same procedure as I am following, then there is no problem. But if you are downloading from directly from WRF website, you may download different version of these things. So make sure that whenever you are typing this, you are having the correct version whichever you have downloaded. Okay, so this is the general procedure. So depending upon the software version you have downloaded, please adjust these commands accordingly. So what this slide actually describes is the installation of zlib, a compression library necessary for the compiling WPS with the grep2 capability. Now what is left is the libpng. So it is also very simple. Just go to the library using cd command, then untar the libpng, then go to the folder libpng folder, then configure it and make install, and then again go to the one directory back. So what it does is install the libpng necessary for the compiling WPS with the grep2 capability. Now last one is the Jasper. What is Jasper is also necessary for the grep2 capability. So again it is very simple. Go to the library, untar it, go to the Jasper, configure it, and then make install and go back again. So again this installation of Jasper, a library, this is also required for the WPS when working with the grep2 data formats. Now, once you have installed all these libraries, what we have to do is the compatibility test. So we have to download few tests. So go to the test directory which we have created in the previous video. Go to the test directory and download the test. So wget and this. So you can either simply go to the WRF website and download this tar Fortran CNET CDF MPI test.tar. So you will find on the WRF website. So go to the compile tutorial. So you can just find here, just copy this one and you can just paste on your paste on your browser, and you will be able to locate this tar file. Now we have to ensure that the machine can compile Fortran C executable and that the netcdf and MPI library are correctly integrated. For that, these tests are necessary. So you simply just copy all these commands at once, and once they have executed, just put a dot out, compile a dot out, and it should print out success test 1 Fortran plus C plus netcdf. Then if it is successful, then we are done with the compatibility test 1. So this actually test to check the integration of Fortran C and netcdf libraries. Now the test 2 is for the Fortran plus C plus netcdf plus MPI. So this one is more here, is the parallel processing compatibility. So again, copy all this. First copy this and then execute all these commands and then run the a dot out using the MPI run. So this is the capability. So this is the command of mpitch, the parallel processing command. This ensures that we are running the A dot out into parallel. So this should give the output like success test to photon plus C plus net CA plus MPI. If it is giving that output, means you are done with the second test. And so essentially this verifies the functionality of photon C, net CDF and MPI together, ensuring compatibility for the parallel processing. So once you have done with this, now we are all ready to install weather search and forecasting module. There is no problem. Okay, hopefully. So in the next video, if you have done all these things correctly, we would be able to easily install weather search and forecasting model on your system. So thank you very much for watching. And if you find the working example of these installation, you can go to the long version of the video. So you will find after 7 minutes or around 5 minutes. After 5 minutes of that video, we'll be able to find these execution of these tests. And if you want a separate version of this installation, then please comment down below in the video. So I will upload different video for installation of different software. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Have a good time.